So we're going to conclude Unit 1 by discussing some of the differences between project management and product development. And this starts by thinking about the differences between manufacturing and software. So traditional manufacturing, when we're building things, you have to manufacture the thing before anyone can derive value from it. Once you've finished designing the thing and built your manufacturing plant, you don't want to discover surprising new things about the thing you're manufacturing. You want to make sure you solve those problems before you start manufacturing it in bulk. And once you've actually built your product, it's not going to change significantly. Software products, digital products, are fundamentally different. You can start using digital products from early on in the product development lifecycle. You can solve a very well-defined problem for one very small segment of your potential customer base really well for that segment, and then you can start adding features and targeting a broader and broader set of market segments. But that doesn't detract from the fact you already solved a problem for people who are paying you money. So you can start using software products, digital products from early on in the development process, and then improve the products and increase the target audience and grow that market out. Once we discover problems in software, it's no big deal. We can fix the bug, ship the software, update the firmware, update the product. That's not a hard problem. We can release new apps on a weekly basis, and we can release software as a service multiple times a day. That's not a problem. It's cheap to change software. And finally, unlike manufactured products, successful software products evolve enormously over their life cycle. Day one, the release of the first version of your software is short. Day two, taking that product through its entire life cycle until finally it's retired, is very, very long. Successful products will have a really long life cycle during which they'll change enormously. So software, fundamentally different characteristics from manufacturing, from building physical objects, and we need to treat it differently. That's why digital product management is fundamentally different from product management for other kinds of domain. However, people have been leveraging these unique characteristics of software for a really long time. So Apple approaching $2 trillion of market capitalization. Their second successful product was the Macintosh. First successful product was the Apple II. And the Macintosh team did something really interesting. They actually created a hardware design, unique hardware design, a guy called Burrell Smith, based on programmable array logic chips, PAL chips. And by using those programmable chips, he was able to make changes to the hardware design much faster than traditional techniques allowed, almost with the fluidity of software. And this enabled them to prototype and iterate really rapidly. There's this quote from folklore.org, which is a whole collection of stories from the people who built the Macintosh. One of them is this quote, which I really like. Instead of arguing about new software ideas, we actually tried them out by writing quick prototypes, keeping the ideas that work best and discarding the others. We always had something running that represented our best thinking at the time. So this ability to prototype, to get rapid feedback, to work iteratively and quickly, that's a unique characteristic of software that we should leverage in the context of product development. And this has become pervasive. Rather than software being incidental to the main thing, now the main thing is a vehicle for the software inside it. So the iPhone is one example. It's just a big screen, and the software is where all the action happens. And cars are literally vehicles for software these days. Elon Musk talks about continuous delivery, continuous deployment with firmware for Teslas. It receives software updates often every few days, which updates the car. Elon Musk says that Tesla set out to build a very sophisticated computer on wheels. Unlike traditional cars where there's a new model every year, Teslas are able to improve their performance all the time. So that brings us finally to talking about product versus project. Product management is not the same as project management, because project management fundamentally is about a program of work that has an end date and a single customer, and where we care about scope, cost, quality, and our ability to hit the date. Products, we're managing a much wider set of risks. We're evolving our products continuously, and we have multiple customers who we aim to satisfy. Fundamentally a different set of activities, and that's why product management is a whole course in its own right, and why project management, while it's important, is only one component of successful product management.